Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. I've done probably more than one video about this, but never really for a laser person particular. I had somebody contact me today because I was working with them and I told them they always need to use RGB for laser engraving. And there's lots of reasons for that. So I thought I'd go through the whole setup. And the gentleman I'm talking about has a epilogue helix. And the bed is 28 by 18. So that's the first thing you need to do is set up your bed the size of your laser. The next thing you need to do, and this is only a suggestion, put your nudge factor at 0.001. Set your duplicate distance on 0, 0. Default is 1/4 inch up and 1/4 inch over. Then if you see this ain't even right because I've changed my page, go right here and drag that to that corner. Now your corner of your page is at 0, 0. The next thing you need to do is make sure you're using RGB. And I have mine set for no fill. So I'm going to hit F12 on my keyboard. And it's for graphic. And I'm going to say, okay, I've opened up somebody else's, but I want a hairline. I want it in red. And right here, it should be RGB red. So I'm going to say, okay. But, and the one reason I decided to make the video, if you don't have an RGB color palette over here, you need to get rid of the CMYK color palette. So we're going to go to Tools. No, we're going to go to Windows, Color Palettes, Palettes. And right here, you need to have RGB selected. If you have CMYK selected, just deselect that and make it an RGB palette. Now, this was a suggestion, but it was by one of my mentors many, many years ago. And after engraving for 17 plus years, I found it to be very, very true. Duplicate distance was his idea. And I found that to be very, very true. Because and I'm just going to kind of show you why you would do that. If you wanted to make a duplicate of this, and let's make this a 6-inch square, my ratio was locked. If I want to make a duplicate of that, I go Control D and it is right on top of it. And then I can do anything I want to with it. If you have it set on 0.25 by 0.25, which is default, and you go Control D, you're going to get that. The problem with that is if you want to do something to it, so let's make our nudge factors. Well, I'm going to change this back to 0. All you do is just highlight it and hit 0. I'm going to change my nudge with nothing selected. When you have something selected, that stuff goes away. So with nothing selected, I'm going to change my nudge factor to 7 inches. The reason Control D works is that right on top, and now I can nudge it with the right arrow keys over. I can modify that. I can hold down the Shift key and make it smaller. And then I can nudge it right back to where it was, but it's smaller. I think I've covered everything. And then after you've done all that, you've got it saved. You put this back to 0.001. We're really just 0.001. Then go up to Tools. And I'm not going to do it because I don't need this size page. Matter of fact, I'll do it. I'll change mine. Mine is 40 by 28. I have a Epilogue Fusion Pro or Fusion M2. I'm going to go to Tools, Save as Default, and then have all these arrows checked and hit Save. Every time now that you open a new page, everything's the same. I've got RGB, my rulers are right, my page size right, my nudge distance is correct, my duplicates. So even if I shut Corel down and restarted it, this is what I would have to open. I'm going to show one reason that you want to use RGB. I've showed it before. Let's go to Windows, to color palettes, and I'm going to open up a CMYK also. Now I'm going to make one block and make it RGB black. I'm going to take a duplicate of that and I'm going to change it to CMYK black. Look at I'm going to take away the outline by left clicking. Look at the difference in the black. The RGB black is much blacker. It's going to engrave much better. And also there's some other reasons. Sometimes some lasers will engrave a CMYK white. So if you have an object that has CMYK white on it, it will engrave. Where most of the time, a RGB white doesn't engrave. I don't take the chance with either one of them. I don't have anything white in my drawing whatsoever, just to make sure. But if you look, quite a bit of difference in the color. This is almost like a pale. Let's go to 90% black. It's still darker than theirs, or than theirs, like we're having a contest. Now, if you go to 80% black, the CMYK black is blacker. So, and to get rid of this palette, all I have to do is go here to this arrow, palettes, and close. And then I don't have a CMYK palette. So RGB, and you can even, a lot of times you might be able to use colors and color mapping, but really and truly, you could have a color swap that only had like that many colors in it, because that's all you're really going to ever use in lasering engraving. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.